Okay, so today we're looking at surface area of cutouts. We're going to keep it very similar to yesterday. You're going to find the area of the object as if they're separate. Then you're going to find the area that's removed, the cutout. You'll add the areas of the two objects, subtract what was moved. Okay, so think about this. You have a cylinder. So we have a cylinder with a hole in it. Now if we found a big cylinder and a small cylinder, this would be covered up. We'd have to make two holes. One on the big one on the small one in order to go inside. But the same has to be true on the other side. You have to make a hole in the big cylinder and make a hole in the small cylinder. How many holes would you need here? Two. And how many on this side? Two. How many altogether? Four. Okay. You have to cut into both objects, so you need four cutout shapes. How many did we need yesterday? Only two. Because yesterday we had objects that were not cut out, but just added on. And so we had two. One on the top, and one on the bottom. So two shapes. Now it's going to be different. We have to make a hole into each object. Two on the top, two on the bottom, four total. Okay? So let's go ahead and do that. All right. So the object's dipped into paint. That means the paint's going to go inside, and we have to include all this inside surface area. A, find the surface area of the rectangular prism. So we want a left and a right, a top and a bottom, a front and a back. Go ahead and do that. Left and a right, top and a bottom, front and a back. Go. Thanks. Which one's 78?
7 times 12 times 2.
Ends up you got 472 for this stuff. Good. Okay, working with the second one, what do we start with? Josh, what's the first thing you should have written down? You're right, SA equals 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi rh. I hope you got that written down. See my point? Thank you. How many people got 90 pi? Oh, good. Okay. I want to see the work. I want to see line by line. I couldn't imagine seeing anything less on your page. Don't avoid my eyes. I'm looking at you, darn. Okay. There should not be anything less than your page. Seriously, honestly. Question? Nope. All right. Yes. No, the height of the cylinder, instead of being this direction, it's lying down. So this height is 12 from one side to the other. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, I have one then. What's the shape that's been removed? And what are they? How many?
4 circles.
Good, so 4 circles. How would you find the area of 4 circles?
The area of 1, which is pi times pi squared.
Mm-hmm. Continue.
And then, so it's pi 3 squared, which is 9 pi per circle.
Okay, and then what?
And then times 4 because it's 4 circles.
Perfect. So I'm going to put the blue 4 up front. You're welcome to do that at the front or at the end. It does not matter. It's not going to change anything. Okay? So you get 4 times pi. The radius is 3 squared. So really it's 4 pi 9. What is that? 36 pi. Is that correct? Yep. Okay. You have to cut a hole in the square. That's 1. You have to cut a hole in the cylinder. That's 2. And at the back, what do you have to do? Hole in the square. That's 3. And a hole in the circle. That's 4. Okay, so 2 at the front,
Teacher,
2 at the
please
back.
excuse this interruption. Counselors are now ready to see any remaining grade 11s.
Put it all together. So we're going to add our 2 shapes. 472 plus 90 pi. But what are we going to do with the cutout? Minus it. Okay. So on your calculator, you would go 472 plus 90 times pi minus 36 times pi. And your calculator is brilliant enough to do this multiplication first before it adds or subtract. Okay. So my calculator, 472 plus 90 times pi minus 36 times pi, 641.64. Rounding, yeah, so let's go to nearest tenth. So 641.6, nearest tenth for 1 decimal place. Meters squared. Any questions? Try this on your calculator. Don't just stare at me doing it, because part of the problem of getting it wrong is you screw up with the calculator. So make sure you practice this on your calculator too. And if in doubt, just put up your hand or come up. Okay, I'll quickly show you what's going on. Okay, go ahead. Do A and B. Go for it. Okay, so $138. How many people got that? Good. Look at that. 2 times 2 times 2. Because it's a square, and only because it's a square, you could have went times 4 and just done one of them. Okay? But be careful, because it only works with a square, and a lot of people on this quiz coming up, you guys tend to do it with a rectangle. Doesn't work out. Okay, it only works when there's a square. Keep that in mind. Okay, so surface area moved by the square hole. It's a square, not a circle now. How many do we have? 4. Okay, so it's going to be s squared or 4s squared. It's not the number 5, folks. It's an s. So it's going to be 4 times 3 squared, 4 times 9, 36. So total surface area, add your two shapes, 192 times pi plus 138 minus 36. Go ahead, use your calculator, see what you get. Make sure you enter in 192 times pi. It's round to the nearest tenth. Round to the nearest tenth. So 705.2 centimeters squared. Any questions? Okay, thumbs up, thumbs down, in the middle. What would you say? Rate yourself. Okay, good. Turn the sheet over. Now we're going to get some special cases. Here's a cup, kind of like my thermos. How come my thermos here, or my water bottle, is holding water? Pinto.
Because there's no hole at the bottom.
There's no hole at the bottom. So now you got to think. You have to apply our knowledge of making a hole in the top, but not making a hole in the bottom. All right? So letter A. Find the surface area of the outer cylinder. Go. So find the outside cylinder. Go. Yes. Correct. Okay, I got 414 pi. Hands up if you got that as well. Okay. So now you want to find the surface area of the inside cylinder. So don't worry about the bottom yet. Just do the complete cylinder of the small cylinder using the small cylinder's radius. Okay. Is that better? 292?
Yeah.
Good, thanks. Good catch. Okay, so 4 circles. Sorry, not 4, 2 circles from the top. Find the area of 2 circles. I'm timesing by 2 at the end this time. Probably what you guys are more used to seeing. Make sure you use the proper radius.
I'm graduating this year with my BSc degree,
Okay.
and so I'm applying for the TAP program for the license at UFE.
Oh, your feet. Okay. Okay.
And so then whether they